So we actually have to get up really close before we can send the things flying into the building and hope that they don't take a shot at us first. I don't think that's a very thought out plan.
Vehicles have speed, which allows them to go more than one range increment per movement, so you might be able to come right from extreme range to the building, depending on how fast these speeders are.
So we throw, like, flashbangs in the air, distract them, send the speeders in to the wall. First one, we just make it look like there's shit on it. Second one, we put the explosives on there. And if there's a third one, I guess we'll put Voltron on top.
I don't think I'm gullible enough to be suicidal.
No, but you've got so many guns, you're Voltron.
This plan is inadequate.
Oh.
Voltron on the droid.
Alright, I look at him, I go, what, you got a better idea?
Yes.
I like the droid
I'm
already.
listening.
Alright, the skill check that I want from you, Nemeth, is a computers one.
Very well.
With a difficulty of, I'm gonna go 3 purple dice. And make
3
one of them red.
purples? Okay, so 1 purple, 1 red.
2 purples, 1 red.
2 purples.
Just because I'm trying to use these force points.
Because that's color blindness. Don't fail me now. All right. Here we go. One explodey-looking thing.
Mm-hmm.
1 triangle. 2 wing things. And 2 hexagon things.
Alright. So your attempt to get into their Imperial Chowder failed, and you generated a threat.
Just monitoring.
But you did generate a threat. In your attempt to open the monitoring, they picked up on the additional signal, and you actually hear on the line, "Hey, who is this?" You have locked into a channel.
Oh dear.
Okay. Do we all hear this, or is it only him?
It's only him, because he is a droid with a voice box in his head.
Gotcha.
Come on, droid.
dear.
Think on your feet.
My navigation circuits must be malfunctioning. I appear to be just lost in this ridiculous forest.
That's a deception.
That is my speciality.
I'm going to go with
Nice.
I'm going to go with a difficulty of 2.
Okay.
And
Purple.
because you are experienced in it, and it is believable enough, I'm also going to give you 1 blue dice.
Oh, you're. Oh.
Because it's supposed to do favorable conditions. You're a droid, which means it's very difficult for him to believe you're lying.
Okay. So I've got. I've got 2 purple and 1 blue.
Mm-hmm. And then.
Is that a yes?
Yep, and then your deception.
Okay. Yeah. No, I know what I got for my deception.
All right.
Okay. 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 I got. I'm just going left to right on the bottom of this thing. 3 triangles.
Mm-hmm.
1 lightsaber with a circle.
Mm-hmm.
3 wingling things.
Mm-hmm.
1 hexagon, and 1. It's like an explosion with a slash through it.
An explosion with a slash through it.
That's the one from the blue die.
Let me check. Because the blue die should only have just the same 2 symbols on it. Dude.
Well, what's the blue die?
Like the blue d6.
Oh, okay. There's a blue d8, you know.
Ah, that would be then from a different game. That's why I went
And
into
And I am still partly colorblind.
Yes. If you go into
okay.
the settings, you can.
Okay, the blue d6. What does it have on it?
It only has the rebel-y symbol and the explosion.
Okay, is that the wingy thing?
Yes.
Oh, the light blue die.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would recommend.
Say 6-sided. Make it easier.
I would recommend when you have a moment, go to your active dice and turn off the ones from games that aren't the Star Wars RPG, so they don't show up on the list.
Okay, here we go. So in addition to all of those, I got another. I got an explosion and a wingy thing.
Okay. So that meant 3 triangles, 1 explosion, and the 1 triumph, which is the spark in the circle.
The lightsabery thing in the circle, 4 wingy things, and 1 hexagon.
Okay. So the check is a failure because you have more failures than successes, which are the triangles compared to your explosions and your triumph. However, the fact that you have a triumph means if you have something you can spend a triumph or your advantages on, you can, and you have 3 advantages as well. So if you have anything you can spend advantages on, you can, as I said. You choose how to spend those, and you choose how to spend your triumph as well. If you'd like, I can give you some options.
Please do, because I
It's all right.
didn't understand half of what you said.
It's all right. I think it's more for weapons checks, but basically whenever you get the wing symbol, which is an advantage, and you have more of it than the Imperial-ish logo, the hexagon,
Yep.
you subtract the hexagons from it, and then you have that number of advantages. And there are certain weapon skills and like talent skills that say you can spend an advantage to activate them. So the player or the person who rolled those advantages gets to choose how they want to be spent, and I, as the GM, can offer additional options if you want. So I would say he doesn't appear to be believing your lie, but in your time spent trying to lie to him, you have been able to decipher what this comlink frequency is in order to patch into it again or potentially try to triangulate it.
Okay.
It's largely a bit about knowing your characters.
Sorry?
It's largely a bit about knowing your characters, which is difficult on the first session.
Yeah, that'll come in time, obviously.
Yeah, so... Okay. I'm sorry, you said something about options. You haven't really given me...
The option that I was saying was the idea that you could get the frequency even though you failed the deception.
Okay.
In terms of it, the options to do with your advantages are going to be based on like your equipment or your talents from being the class you are.
Yeah, okay.
In the talent tree. So the ones that you've actually put points or put experience into to get. Some of them may have bits where you, when you roll a deception and have an advantage or something, you can spend that advantage to have this particular thing happen. It's kind of 4th edition-y.
I don't get it, but anyway, in that case, I just sign off the channel with a "confound this blasted thing! I am on the wrong channel."
Okay.
Good day, click, or whatever the hell that is.
Goodbye.
Well,
I'd like to imagine whenever NM8 gets off of a channel frequency, it makes the sound of an old telephone being hung up. Like just
Could you
I could deal with that.
could you give us a drawing of like an extra circle where the base that we landed at is and where he went to and the distance, and then give us where roughly we.
All right. This is base A, which is where all your equipment is. This is where you all are in base A. This is base B, the one that he went and scouted out, which is X number of jungle kilometers away.
Jungleometers.
Kilometers. I like that.
That is the case. There are only 2 bases being talked of right now.
Okay.
All right.
That conversation was inane. Right. You wanted a better plan. One that didn't involve a lot of might works and probably would end up getting picked off easily.
Mm-hmm.
Correct?
That would be good.
As long as it doesn't involve apparently putting me on a bike and running me into a wall, I think it's anything better than his plan.
Well, what
Well-
about what about putting her on a bike in a bikini and running her past the base? Distraction.
What in the outer rim is a bikini? Honestly, I have no idea what you're talking about. No.
Oh no, as a
Subject.
as a protocol droid, you totally know what's being talked about. You have extranet access.
Okay, so
Anyway,
OC,
the point I was attempting to make was that perhaps a more subtle approach would work best. We have 4 suits of mostly intact stormtrooper armor. So what if a patrol was bringing back a prisoner for debriefing or memory wiping?
well, I think
If a droid can shudder, I just did.
there's 5 of us, and one of us can't wear the armor. So, or is it more than one?
You know who the one to be memory wiped is.
The other bit is currently the only people whom the or who the Empire are aware of on the planet right now are Zephyr, Mad Matt knows about Lelsk, and there's a generic guy somewhere who's aware of Animates.
Communications officer, I imagine.
Will the prisoner be wearing all the explosives?
No explosives.
What? He's gonna be a terrorist?
You people have a one-track mind. I, for one, intend on returning to insert name of rebel base I came from here.
I plan on returning to insert name. I plan on returning to memory deleted. Wait.
I don't plan on exploding unless I have no other options. There are always other options.
But it's an option.
Not yet, it isn't. My word.
Why does everyone want to blow up the protocol droid?
I hand the protocol droid an explosive. You may want to take this just in case.
Set it on the table. Not
I
quite
put it
my
on the table.
programming.
Alright, so we have the prisoner, which never works, or my plan that has explosives and a bikini wearing girl in this. Who's with me?
I can see chicks in bikinis. Where?
I love how the girl of our group is more lewd than the rest of the guys.
This is normal for me.
All right.
Okay, so who's gonna volunteer as the prisoner? Because I can wear a stormtrooper outfit because I have
Hello.
one.
Zephyr offers himself like, I can. They are aware that I'm here, and technically I'm the last falling stone and of the highest rank to be worth it.
But do they know your value enough that that's going to be even worse?
They're aware I've killed more of their troopers than I can count.
So we're gonna take Zephyr to that other base.
I'm the GM. I can't offer opinions.
I actually was asking the rest of the people.
You take both of us. It's very hard for me to sabotage something if I'm not there to do it.
I think the prisoner. I think the rebels have done it too many times. I think we should not go with the prisoner.
Also, how will we get Lelsk
But-
into a stormtrooper helmet?
Somebody has to escort that prisoner to the base.
What about 2 squads? One running
I
the...
have a slightly different idea. Somebody could escort me.
To what end?
She could just be lost in the woods.
Or I could get in the stormtrooper outfit and escort her to the base, get myself in since I have a comm link. I don't know if anybody else does. The droid does. So we could set a communication link to each other.
I've got comm links. Zephyr pulls one out and basically uses it to point to a small box on the other end of the room.
With fewer
Okay.
people, you don't need as many.
So
And then we have the backup of crashing things into the wall and exploding without the chick on the bike if things don't go well.
okay, so plan A is explosions with a hole. Plan B is escort a prisoner to the base. Stormtrooper escort to the base, get in and communicate with base A, or we just walk up and go, "Hey, what's up?"
Well, I think Plan C is just Voltron and one other stormtrooper, which means we have to go out and kill another stormtrooper to get his ID, so they don't go, "Why is there an extra stormtrooper?"
Yeah, but do they check IDs?
I was gonna say, do we even have IDs?
Stormtrooper.
Okay, that point's true. Just dress them up, one person up in stormtrooper armor.
Well, I volunteered that.
So all we need is me and one person to walk up to the base with a good enough story, whether it's I'm for somebody or I was lost or something. And if things go badly with the comms, or if we don't hear anything after a certain amount of time, then send exploding bikes into walls.
Exactly. So, Plan B, then Plan A.
Well, Plan C, then A. But yes, I think that's the best idea.
Sounds good to me.
We've still got these battle droids too.
Now the battle droids are on our side, not their side, right?
Yep.
Okay, so we could use the battle droids as a secondary option.
As well, battle droid shield for Plan A with the explosives.
For the escort, and if I fail, then you can send the battle droids in, and you guys are behind the battle droid.
I think that's a good plan.
Are there any naysayers?
Nope.
Yes. But it's clear that you're not at all interested in listening to what I have to say. So, go on.
Did you say something?
Go and die. I'll just stay here.
Well, speak up, droid.
I have been. You morons have been coming up with cockamamie ideas.
Regardless, we'll
Well,
still need a
I'm
droid to
all
get past their security doors. So unfortunately, if we can't get a plan that the droid agrees with, we're in trouble.
Okay, so what would you like to do? Would you like to have me escort you into the base B, NM8?
Now, Perhaps one thing that you've overlooked is selling it.
Selling what, the droid?
I think you mean selling the
my
plan. And I'd like to imagine that he is a droid, very, very about acting. You've got to sell it to me.
No. To sell this plan to the people we're trying to fool. We have battle droids, we have stormtrooper armor. What better way to sell a prisoner escort than to have it come under attack from enemy battle droids? Huh?
Ah.
So, you have the prisoners, Zephyr, and myself. We have the escort, dressed in the stormtrooper armor. We have our backup, who turn on the battle droids and have them start shooting at us. Granted, let's just take out their targeting circuits. No sense of them actually being a real threat. And that will add a sense of urgency, causing them to skip checks and take us right on in where we want to be.
You know, this droid's pretty smart.
Okay, so we get one stormtrooper to escort Voltron and have the droids follow them and shoot at them.
What?
Okay, we get like one of the. We don't all get dressed up in stormtrooper armor because it won't fit us all. But if we put her in, if she's the prisoner, and we
No.
have one person is the stormtrooper, or
She's not the prisoner.
okay, the droid and the girl as prisoner.
The increasing levels
I
of
think
confusion.
You should listen to the droid. He has the plan down.
Perhaps if I write it out on a piece of paper, this might be a bit
I'm not sure
more
the bot
clear.
is smart enough to read.
I love that this has been an hour and a half of trying to figure out how to get in this base.
Okay.
Go with the prisoners, and if all else fails, I'll send a bunch of speeder bikes with explosives to help you.
Well, that's the last resort, yeah.
Yes, that is indeed our last resort. Okay. I am spelling this out as clearly as possible. I'm sorry if I don't have the character names.
You know what we should do is we should put all the character names on the Roll20 website so we can actually call them by name, because that's what I
Four of
mostly
them are
on there.
there.
Some of them are, some of them are not.
We have Lask, Malai, NM8, and Timo Fell. So I think that's all of the player characters now.
Yep.
Well, I mean, on the Roll20,
So
I see
sorry.
Isaac,
Yeah.
I see Dom S, Simofel,
No,
Dex, and
no, not that.
In your
Oh, okay.
to the right,
On
there's
the-
a journal
on the
tab.
right, the one that looks like a newspaper. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So
Well, my thing is, I can't get into the stormtrooper armor, so you're
That's
going to be
okay.
down one man.
that's why. Back up.
Okay. Let's do this. Let's.
All right.
Troopers and
So,
droids know how to write.
so the plan
shut up.
is Simo Fell, Stormtrooper of the Year, has captured Mali, NM8, and Zephyr, and is taking them all in until we're attacked by
No,
battle.
we need two troops. Two troopers.
All right. So Mali is a Stormtrooper. There we go. Alternately, Lesk can be with the running the battle droids.
Well, yes, that as well. Because those things are dumb as shit.
Roger, roger.
They are. And if you take the targeting computers out, they'll probably hit you by accident.
It's a risk we're gonna have to take. Oh, pardon me.
Can
All
we
right.
rig it so their EVD sensor is like 8 degrees off or something?
Presumably, they'd recognize us as friendlies and not aim at us.
Okay, so let me understand this, Nevitt. Zephyr and NM8 are going to be...
Prisoners, with air quotes.
Okay, and then the arrow goes to prisoners, Simofel and Melly?
Molly,
Okay,
just say Ma.
and that would be the prisoners?
No. No. Oh my god, learn to read a goddamn flowchart, you idiot.
I was pretty
Okay.
sure it was a stormtrooper somewhere in there, so.
I got it. Zephyr and NM8 are prisoners, Simofel and Mally are troopers, Lesk is backup last resort to blow up everything up.
Yes.
I like it.
All right. There are 3 functioning speeder bikes, which allows you to go in pairs, so a trooper can hang out with a prisoner on the 2, and then the third one can be Lesk with the battle droids in deactivated mode, because they're basically cargo at that point. All right. Shall we be off?
Let's do it.
All right. So you navigate the jungle terrain decently. The Stormtrooper armor is in very nice condition, allowing you the 2 soak that it provides normally as armor. So 1 more than your standard clothing. You arrive at the base, your captives in tow. I'm assuming you had binders for the sake of making this look convincing.
It's all about selling it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the story was we found them wandering.
Mm-hmm. Well, story can be whatever you want.
Sort of makes sense with people who tapped into the droid.
Or
They
how
know we got
about...
'em.
Oh, no. Don't bring that up.
Mm-hmm.
Just say...
Well, we don't know that.
Keep the story simple.
Mm-hmm.
We found their escape pods crashed.
All right.
Ah, good idea.
A little bit of truth certainly helps.
So the 2 stormtroopers at the door. So the 2 stormtroopers that do raise their guns, halt. Lelsk, you're still within distance. You do not see Mad Matt at either sniper hole.
Okay, how far are we away from the
Watch
guard?
where the sniper holes and if there's any other movement along the walls.
All right. So you are currently at about medium range right now in terms of our stormtrooper prisoner ensembles. And you're being halted as they recognize Zephyr.
So we halt on the spot and say we're bringing in a prisoner.
We found these prisoners escaping from an escape pod.
All right, they look at each other.
This sounds so much better.
All right. It's a decently believable deception, so I'm going to go with difficulty 2. And whichever one of you is the better liar, and the other one can assist. So that would...
What's that?
Deception is a cunning-based skill.
I have a 1 and a yellow and green die.
All right, and melee, Ma.
I have 4 green and a weird wingy thing. I
Okay.
have no idea what that means.
4 green. Let me see.
Oh, and I'll make a career of this, by the way.
Deception. Yeah, 4 green. I think the wing one is a minor glitch. Alright, so...
I think it's a career thing, actually, now that I'm looking at it. Or a species, maybe, I don't know.
Maybe.